how I went from this to this. Let's get into it. Welcome back to my channel, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you all so much. But today I thought I'd go through my acne journey and where I was, where I'm at now, how I got there, how I was feeling throughout it, and I guess the steps that I took. It doesn't work for everyone. Everyone's acne journey is different, but what worked for me? Okay, so the first thing I'd like to say about my skin journey is when I was in high school and in uni, it was actually a really big factor to my lack of confidence and lack of feeling like I was pretty, I was accepted. I always felt like my skin just looked horrid. And what I would do was I would put on a lot of makeup, but then the makeup would obviously clog my pores and then it would result in even more acne. But my skin was essentially quite oily, and a lot of that came from my hormonal imbalances. And so I would break out all the time close to my period. Those breakouts would turn into scars for the rest of the month. So towards the end of that, when that would clear up, the next round would come on really. I found that even if I put on even a little bit of moisturizer, my skin would break out. So I literally stopped wearing moisturizer. My skin would just be like, would just get oily on its own, and it was pretty horrible. So got pretty fed up with it because I think it got worse again a couple years ago, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go to the doctors and find out what I can do. I was previously encouraged to go on the pill, and at the time I didn't. I think it was because I wasn't sure what the side effects would be like and what it would do to my regular period and things like that, so I didn't. But this time I was like, you know what, I just want to get my skin under control. So I went to the doctors and I explained what was going on. The doctors pretty much said, look, you can go on the pill, this is how it works and everything. They didn't go into too much detail around how it worked for my period and how it worked for my skin, but they just said that it would decrease testosterone levels. I did a lot of research myself to find out how that all worked, and I would love to come off the pill and work on decreasing my testosterone levels through my diet, but I haven't gotten there just yet. But the doctor recommended for me to go on Estelle, so I did go through a bit of a purging phase. So I had little tiny bumps and breakouts all across here for a little bit, and then it started to clear up. I think I have a very quick video of what it looks like, what that whole process looked like, so I'll add that in here. But once my skin started to clear up, so all the bumps and all the really deep pimples and deep oils and stuff went away, I obviously had a lot of scarring, so I had to go through a whole regime of my skincare. I had to go through and figure out exactly what worked for my skincare routine and how I could clear up all the scarring on my skin. So now my skin is actually really healthy and it's quite good. Obviously I have a really good skincare routine and I look after my skin. I make sure I don't go to sleep with makeup on and things like that as well. Some of the other things I do is make sure that I am exercising, drinking plenty of water, but I realized the main thing for me was getting on top of the oiliness of my skin first. So my skincare routine right now, it's not perfect, but it consists of a cleanser. So I use salicylic acid in my cleanser and it feels really nice. I don't know whether it's the best thing to use, but it works for me at the moment, so I'm going ahead with it. And then I pat my skin dry and then I use high hyaluronic acid as a serum on my face. I use the Ordinary's high hyaluronic acid, and then I go in with a moisturizer. I switch my moisturizer here and there. I think I realized I used to only be able to use gel moisturizers, but I actually can use cream-based ones as well now, which is really nice. So I switch between the Summer Fridays Cloud Dew, I think that's the one, but the Summer Fridays moisturizer and Kiehl's moisturizers. I absolutely love Kiehl's ones, but I also do love the gel moisturizer that Summer Fridays does. It feels like you're wearing, literally it feels like water that you're putting on, but it just feels so nice on the skin, and you need to use a very little bit and it goes a long way. So definitely really nice. And the other thing that I'm on top of now is using SPF. So I use it every single day and I make sure I put it on in the morning. My face feels really bare if I don't. Like, I know when I'm not wearing it, so put it on all the time. I use the La Roche-Posay SPF on my face. Most days I don't actually wear any makeup at all. My job doesn't require me to look a certain way or anything, and I'm really happy with my bare skin, so most of the days I don't actually wear makeup, which is really nice. And then at the end of the day, I have my nighttime skincare routine. So I obviously go in with my cleanser. I don't double cleanse, but I feel like I should start doing that. If I'm wearing makeup, obviously I'll remove my makeup first as well. I just go in again with my hyaluronic acid, and then I put on my moisturizer. If I have any night creams that I'm trying or anything, I might use those, but usually it's just a normal moisturizer. And then I go in with retinol. So I use either the Ordinary squalane and retinol or the Kiehl's retinol, and I love both of them. So that's what I use on my skin at night time for my retinol. When I use the ordinary squalane and retinol oil, I sometimes use a gua sha to massage my face as well. It's more than anything, it's a really beautiful mindfulness activity, and it just kind of like recenters your mind, and you have that mind to skin connection, which is really nice. So I do really enjoy giving myself a facial massage, so I might do that on every second or third day. Outside of this, I have gotten into the routine of drinking 2 liters of water every single day. I eat relatively healthy, and I also make sure I do have regular exercise. I do go to the gym every day, and the other thing is I make sure that I get a good amount of sleep every night, because I find more than anything, like, you feel so much more fuller and your skin feels like more full of life when you have had good rest, I think, as well. The one thing that I would like to go back to doing, and I've only done once, but I would like to do it again, is the RF micro needling. I think that's what it's called. I'll double check what it is called. I can't remember. But basically when they numb your skin, and then they multiple needles that kind of penetrate your skin, and you bring the blood to the top of your skin, and it helps, like, it just like speeds up the like cell renewal and like the turnover of your skin. I remember I did it once, and I felt like my skin was so tight at the end of it, as in a few days after, I felt like my skin was super tight, but I did find that it made such a massive difference to how my skin was feeling. I don't know whether it makes a massive difference to my scars, but I have been told it does. I just haven't done enough of it. So I would like to go back to that to see if it gets rid of my scars. I don't know if it will, but I've got a few, I don't know if you can see, but I've got a few crater scars here as a result of the acne that I had when I was younger, which haven't really gone away, and I was like wondering whether I can get rid of those, but they're not a massive problem for me because it doesn't seem to be like causing more and more acne, so it's not too. But all in all, I feel like my journey was such a long journey, and when anyone ever compliments my skin, I'm just like, thank you so much, because this was a very long journey to get here. But as my skin has started to feel good, I also feel so much more confident, and I can just go out obviously without any makeup, and I feel really good. And I think that's the biggest take from all of this. Like, I think having good skin and having like makes you feel really good on the inside, and that's what you end up projecting. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you got a bit of insight into where my skin was, where it got to in the end, or where it's getting to. It's still a bit of a journey, and yeah, my whole take throughout the whole process. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, it would mean the world to me if you could like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.